What's going on, everybody? It's a river bug here, and today we're slip corking for bluegill, brim, any kind of panfish that bite. We're in the dog days of summer. Fishing is tough, it ain't easy, and now we're into a time of year where in particular fish will want to bite live bait, whether it be minnows, worms, and what have you. Well, today I'm going to show you guys a simple way of catching bluegill and crappie and anything really that'll bite that lives in these overhead spillways. Stick around and catch the whole thing, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go, first cast. See if we can get something to bite out here. Just got a whole bunch of rain. Using a little red worm. It's the dog days of summer, so fishing's just hard right now, and they can be pretty finicky at times. Especially with this heat we've been having. This heat makes everything just difficult. They don't want to bite. The one thing I recommend is most genuinely every body of water has one of these overheads connected to it some way, shape, or form. And there will always be fish up under that, whether it be panfish, bass, catfish. We're just going after some panfish, but these spillways will always have something. And we might have to go over to the other side here in just a minute, because run with it. There he is. Little bluegill. He's a little one, but they'll hopefully get bigger. It's a pretty fish though. It's a pretty fish. Hopefully we'll get some bigger than that. We need that one's mama or something. I've caught them out of here bigger than that before, so it's just a matter of finding which part of this they're in. There he was too. And you notice I'm not really setting the hook on these fish, and that's because I know these are going to be 100% bluegill down here, so they got real little mouths. And you really want a really soft tip rod. I'm using a 6.6 ACC, which ain't a bad rod for doing this, but it's a little bit of a stiff tip. So if you set the hook on them very hard, you'll pull it right out of their mouths. It's really the same for any bluegill. Any panfish really, but especially for bluegill. There he's going there, there he is. That's another littler one. I hope they get some bigger ones in here than that. He's self-released. He's down here stuck in this rock, so we might have to try to rescue him. There he goes, he got around out of there. They're right up on that spillway. We got a bunch of rain the other day, and we're getting a bunch more today, so I'm kind of trying to beat the rain out here, but they're all the way pushed against that wall. It's just a matter of trying to find some that are a little bit bigger than the ones we just caught. There he is, he's going there. Oh, he got off. That's the one that got away there. We ain't got much of a worm left on there. We're gonna try and put it back up in there though anyways. It's enough that something might grab it anyhow. They're up there cutting grass. He might have got me. Yep, he did. So that's fine too. That's a good sign at least. Just hoping we can run into some bigger ones. Dump a little bit of that dirt out of there. We're in the dog days of summer, and if this fishing gets hard, but this right here is the way I know of catching them when it gets hard. And you know, there'll always be fish under these spillways, and you guys, if you've seen any of my videos at all, you've watched me fish these before. So look, that's a better one there. That's a better bluegill there. See, there you go. That's a fat fish. That's a better one. Look how fat that fish is. He's eating up under there. Almost big enough to eat that one. That's a better sign there than put it right in that spillway. I'm just pitching it up there, and look, we're already got a fish on there. Look at there. See, that's what I'm saying. They'll always be up in these spillways. When it gets hot out, I don't want to lose my worms. When it gets hot out, there'll always be fish in these overhead spillways. And if you guys want to get out and catch some panfish, you'll catch crappie doing this, you'll catch bass doing this, catfish, any species of fish will be in these spillways in the summertime, because it's highly oxygenated water and it's cooler water, so they'll always be in these spillways, guys. Look, there's another one right there. That's a better one. Look, see, that's a hybrid sunfish there. See, that's a pretty fish. That's a hybrid sunfish. So, just waiting to find the bigger ones. And they're definitely in there. There's a bunch of fish in this. So you just gotta find that big one. And that's the one thing about the summertime. Look, we got one on there. Oh, you gotta watch it. You can't really set the hook on these fish. And that's what I'm struggling with. I need a lighter action rod than even this. And we got something biting already. He could have also got my worm. And he did. Which that is completely fine. Just out here having some fun. That's a bigger worm there, so I always try to get that dirt off my hands because you don't want that mud getting inside your reel. Especially you got a more expensive kind of fishing reel. I'm using something a little that's not really designed for this, but you got a fish biting right there. And he got my worm. I don't know how he got it off of there. But I hook it up. I thread it all the way up there, up the hook multiple times, just to try to prolong them getting your worm. It's a way to catch them though when nothing else will in the dog days of summer. And you want to catch bluegill, especially you like eating bluegill. If you get onto some bigger ones, they'll be... Here we go, we got another one right there. That's a pretty one there. It's a pretty bluegill. Fix that worm back on there. By the time we dip our hand in the water to try to get some of that off, probably get bit again. These spillways will be loaded with fish. And we got one taking it. They are always will be loaded with fish, and I always try to readjust that worm on there. You want him on there wiggling a little bit, but you don't want him hooked on there bad, because then they'll just rip it off the hook. And we'll hopefully catch something a little bit bigger than these. We got something swimming off with her. Try a little bit over that way, see if we get into something a little bit bigger. And they might just be up here in that corner. Oh, we got one on there. Well, I don't know, there might be thousands of them in here. It's starting to look that way. There's a guy up here cutting grass. I'm sorry about this noise. Oh, you're all right. That's good. I'm sorry. Oh, you're good. That's no problem at all. Yeah, you too, buddy. I seen it coming, but it was too late to say anything. Cutting grass and threw that stuff all over me. I'm up here at a park, so I guess I picked a day for him to be cutting grass to go fishing. That fish right there was running with it. I wasn't looking. Right in top of the mouth. Got a worm trying to run away from us. I seen that guy cutting the grass coming this way, but I was just kind of bracing for impact when I seen all the stuff flying over this way. I already knew what was going to happen, but luckily didn't kick up any rocks or nothing, thankfully, so everything's all good. Let's catch this fish right here. And they might not be none over that way. They might all be right here. They could all be up here in this corner where we've been catching them all at. I know we didn't catch them all, did we? Nope, it just got a bite. They just might be getting a little bit spooky. Which that'll happen too, especially after you catch a few of them. Let's try all the way up there in that corner there. See if we get bit right there. And that guy went by cutting grass. It might have been bad luck for me. Oh, man, there he was too. He pulled it straight under. That was more like a crappie than a bluegill bite. It went straight under. I don't know if you guys seen that on the camera or not. I hope so. Yeah, I've said something previously in one of my kayak videos, but anytime you get bit by a crappie or a crappie, your cork, bobber, or anything will go straight under. Just one thump. Well, bluegill, they will kind of pull something to the side a little bit or peck at it a little bit before your cork goes under. So it's kind of a neat way to be able to kind of identify sometimes what you're actually fishing for when you're doing this, because anything will bite a worm You know, you'll catch bass, crappie, pretty much anything in that body of water bite this. So if you know fish behavior, you'll be able to kind of identify a little bit what you're fishing for if you miss a fish. But that one just a minute ago bit more like a crappie. So we might do what this little thing right here, adjust our depth a little bit. Because when fish get spooky, they'll try to go deeper than they. So that could be the difference right here. Yep, and something's running with it right now, I think. There he is. See what I told you guys? If you're fishing a hole and they get spooky, adjust your depth or let your bait go down deeper. If you're fishing deep water, you will let your bait just go deeper in the water. But in our case, we'll just adjust our depth a little bit. We got something pecking at it right now. He's running with it. There he is. See? It's kind of a trick and it does work. Now you guys know, if you didn't know already, when a fish gets spooky, and you don't want to let go of my hook, they'll go deeper, try to go deeper. And that's in this case what just happened to me, is these fish went a little bit deeper than they was a minute ago. So they're still here, and I'm going to try to just make this video kind of a raw video. I don't really think I'm going to do very much cutting to it. Just a raw slip corking fishing video. I just stepped on my line and caused it to shoot out on me. I'm down here. Look, there he is. That's the one thing I don't like about using worms, is they're dirty and messy, and you gotta always put them on. It's the same way with minnows, but this time of year it's hard to get panfish and any kind of fish to bite. Got my line tangled up here up top. The fish just don't want to bite, and this is just how you gotta do it. And gotta use live bait, whether it be minnows, worms. We got something on there right now. He's pecking at it. And there he is. That might be the smallest one of the day there. Might be the smallest one of the day. Cast over that way a little bit and see. Got something going with it right now. That's a little bit better fish. Yeah, he's fighting harder. That's a hybrid sunfish. They got beautiful colors. I can't let him go too much because he'll jump all over the place. That's what bluegills and them smaller fish are, highly energetic. But it looks like I said, you can see right here in this video, it's almost every cast here. And look, see there what I'm saying? It's about every cast on these spillways for panfish. And that's a pretty fish too. It's about every cast or every other cast. It's hard to tell how many's really there getting bit again. He's running. See, that's what I'm saying. And that's a pretty one there. Look at there, what a fish, guys. Look at there, it's another good one. I don't know how many we done caught right here. About 30 of them probably. And that big rock bass. That's a nice rock bass for this area. Look. See, that's what happens when you set the hook. If you set it hard, your cork comes flying back at you. Every now and then I get a little excited. That bass fisherman in me wants to Kevin Van Dam them, and then gotta forget we're just out here doing some bluegill fishing, crappie or whatever. I guess you could catch some bass doing this. Smallmouth in this river system pretty heavily. I just flip it out there. Oh, get my hands washed off a little bit. There he is. Checking to make sure I'm still recording. Uh-oh. Cork down. Didn't get him in time because I was checking my camera. You guys see that? You get on a fish, some fish like this, I guess you just can't afford to look away for 2 seconds because you'll lose your fish, I guess. About out of worms. Looks to be about 5 left in there. And I started out with 30, so that'll tell you how the days went so far. Been out here for about 30 minutes. Well, you guys have seen most of it here other than when my camera got cut off because it overheated or something, if I had to guess. Look, that's a nice one there. Yeah, that's a real nice one. They try to stick you, you gotta get your hand around them. Might need my pinchers on him. Looks like it. I just ain't got hands too big to get in there and get the hook out. It ain't in there very deep, but just had to get my hands and get something in there to get it. I just got tangled up a little bit. That's okay. I'm gonna let him go. These fish are lucky I ain't keeping them. Look there, what I did. Got a big mess. Put it right under that spillway. Guess they just like this side, guys. Put it over here in this corner. Seen about halfway, they just dead. There he is. Look. Y'all see that? Wow. Took off like a rocket out of nowhere. Trying not to tear my stuff up. I only think I got 2 worms left, guys. Look, there he is. Oh, he done did me. He did me dirty, y'all. My last worm. I know it came undone mostly. No, it didn't. What'd that fish do to me, y'all? I got 1 worm left. You see that? Well, we got a little knot up here in our line. That ain't good. We only got 2 worms, so we'll just see what happens and then go from there. As soon as it hit the water over there. That's the first fish we caught from over that way. Look, there was another one over there. Maybe they moved over a little bit on me. That's what it looks like. That's a nice one. All right, let's put our last worm on and head out of here. Lucky one. There he is. Quit all that jumping, I'd help him out. Now that worm's about had it, so. All right. My camera has cut off at some point, so I hope it didn't cut out much of what I've been doing down here. I'm sorry if it did. It's really hot out, it's summer, but still down here doing the same thing, just pan fishing for really whatever we can catch. There it is already. Look at there. That's a good one there, guys. Look at there, what a bluegill that is. That's a big one there, guys. That's the kind right there that you could take home and put on the dinner plate, big as your hand. That's a good one there, guys, and that's the kind we're after doing this. But my setup, guys, I got a bobber stop up there, and I'm about 3 foot deep or so, maybe a little less, maybe 2.5 foot deep, and a Theo bobber slip cork, the smallest size you can get in that brand, and a little split shot. Look, there he is right there. It's another good one. All the way up there in that spillway. Look, here he is. Here he is. Let's fix my worm on there a little bit. He's about had it, but he's got one more fish in him, I can tell. Put it back out there. Look, here he is already. Did he get off of there? He did. He got the whole worm off, which is fine. We're getting ready to get back in there, y'all. Do her all again. That's a big worm there. I could probably break him in half, but I'm just gonna put the whole worm on there. And that one will be the one we catch a big one on, hopefully. I say that, but let's put him a little bit further out there. see where they're at. There he is. He's on there. What is this one? What do we got? Is he very big? Well, he didn't have much size of him either. He got off right there. Get up there far enough. You got to get right up in there on this spillway, because out here it gets like no water. So they're all stacked up along this. Look, there he is already. There he is already. It's a good little fish there. I could do this all day, guys. Look at there. There he is. Oh, he got him. I'm about to say, there's another one right there, guys. I ain't close enough there. Look, he's about, there he goes. There he goes. I'm looking, that's a pretty one there. He's yellow, but it's more of an orange. I can get him to hold still. You see that? He's got like orange tint to him. These are some very pretty fish, guys. Very, very pretty fish. Seems to be about as many of them as you want to catch out here too. And that's just this fishing in the dog days of summer. Almost every lake has a dam or spillway to it. And I'm just, my recommendation is to go figure out where that's at on your lake. And that's where you should probably be starting off your day fishing, especially for bluegill and panfish. These fish love this kind of stuff. Every fish really, but I know for a fact that your panfish and everything will be in those spillways. That's just how it is. I got stuff all over me, this dirt and stuff, but let's put him a little bit further out there, over that way. See, test the waters over there. See if they get any bigger going that way, or if I need to stay on this side. He's biting on there. He wouldn't seem very big, but he got me out my worm, I know that. And we'll just sit him there and use him here in a minute. I am kind of on a time limit today. We got some storms coming in, and that could be why these fish are being so active. It's a little bit cooler. He's on there. There. You gonna take it? There he is. I like to let them take it just a little bit so you can get that hook set in the top of their mouth. It's really fun. You don't want to lose your fish, but you also don't want to hook them too deep, so you guys got to watch that. And try out there in the middle again, just be safe. I feel like it's a little deeper out there, so I'm having a hard time understanding why they're all on this side, but if that's where they want to be. It just looks like they want to be on this side, guys. If that's where they want to be, that's where we're going to fish at. No point in trying to force them to do something they're not doing. Look, there he is. Oh, that's a nicer fish there. This is not... That's a big rock bass. Look at there, guys. Look at there. That's a fat rock bass there, y'all. I knew he wasn't no bluegill. We ain't gonna throw him because he's big enough where he could hurt himself. I thought I had a smallmouth on there for a minute. That's a hard pulling fish. Well, something's already on our bobber, I think. There he is. Look at there, guys, what a bluegill that one is. That's a real good one. I'm gonna need my pliers on him because he ate it pretty deep. It ain't in his gut, but he'll need my pinchers because this is farther than I can reach with my hands. I hope my pinchers I'm using. There he is. He got it just far enough where I couldn't get it with my hands, but it wasn't bad enough where he's going to be hurt. So go ahead and let him go. Well, there you guys have it today. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of a longer video today. I'm not going to edit much of this out of here. You know, we caught fish for 40 minutes straight. I had a thing of red worms. There's about 30 worms in a can, and I caught fish until I was completely out of them. Probably would have still kept catching them. There's so many down there to be caught. And I just want to emphasize, anybody can do this. Any body of water. Almost every lake has an overhead dam or overhead spillway. During this time of the year, it's August, the dog days of summer, it's hot, it's ugly, fishing ain't too great most of the time. So what you do is you find and locate them overhead spillways, dams, and things like that on your particular body of water, your lake you're fishing, and do this. Whether you're using minnows, worms, whatever you're trying to fish for, go try them overhead spillways, because in this time of year they stay cool, it's oxygenated, and it's just the best place for them fish to be, and they know it, and they're going to be there. So give it a try. Let me know what you guys think about this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully see you guys here in another one, pan fishing. Hopefully again here soon, Lord willing, we'll be out here again doing something. Never know. But without further ado, like I always say, guys, if the water's wet, it's a good time to go fishing. like, subscribe if you enjoyed, leave a comment. And I do want to give a shout out to my sponsor at Do a Country Jig. I've been working with him, and I'm part of the pro staff team for him, and I just want to give that a quick shout out here on this video. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you here on the next one. See you guys.